manifestations aren't blocked because the universe is against you. They're blocked because you're probably carrying things that were never yours to hold or carry. Let's get into it. Welcome to Empress Expressions. My name is Amber and I welcome you whether you're new or you're returning. Welcome. So today we're talking about releasing what's not yours to carry. Releasing what was never yours to carry, and how those things can really get in the way of your manifestations, of you living the life that you truly desire to live. What are you holding on to that needs to be let go of? So I have 3 points here. We're going to get into it. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing is obligation lowers your frequency. So carrying obligation, it keeps you tied to timelines of stress, lack, and resistance, okay? So for example, the example I have here is you keep saying yes to helping friends move even though you're exhausted. Why do you keep saying yes, right? Is it because you feel obligated out of fear that if I don't show up for them, they're not going to show up for me, or they're going to feel like they're not important to me? Why do you keep saying yes to things that drain you? Why are you doing things when you really don't have the energy for those things? Why do you feel obligated to do things that are not in alignment with your highest and greatest good, right? What happens is when you do that, you are solidifying over and over and over with the quantum field that your energy belongs to everybody else. So what happens is you continuously manifest situations where you're constantly being faced with that, which keeps solidifying the obligation that you have to show up for that stuff. It's like, well, why does this always happen to me? Why do people always ask me to help them? Well, because you always say yes. You always say yes. It doesn't mean that you always say no, but it's about knowing when to say yes, when to say no, when to hold back energy for yourself, right? Because if you keep on saying yes and you find yourself now exhausted and sick because you've depleted yourself of everything that you need to make sure that you keep your life force strong and of the highest quality, so that when something shows up, you can show up in your fullness. You can show up with a higher frequency. Your vibration is higher. Okay? The second thing I have here is truth is the portal to quantum leaps. This is a good one here. This is a really good one. Releasing the unnecessary obligations is really about returning to your truth, which shifts your energy and opens the door to new realities significantly different from your current one. Okay, so with this, truth shifts your reality. Truth helps you quantum leap. For example, you go to a job that you're not in alignment with anymore, but you go to this job out of straight up obligation. Like you just feel obligated, whatever that is, whether it's like, I gotta pay my bills, or they're relying on me, or nobody else can do my position, like whatever it is that you come up with as to why you keep going to a job that's no longer in alignment with you, okay? That is going to keep you feeling like you're stuck because you're not allowing yourself to live in your truth. You're not allowing yourself to live in your truth. Say you have a job that at one point in time it was in alignment with you, but now you've shifted. Your soul is ready to express a different truth, but you're still holding on to this job out of obligation, whatever the obligation is. But as soon as you start to live in your truth, that's when you allow the quantum field to rearrange things because you're now vibrating differently. It has to respond to you because it is you. It's not going to keep on showing you what you don't want to see when you're not in that frequency anymore. When you're not in that vibrational space anymore, it's going to start to change things around and start presenting you with things that you're more in alignment with. So for example, I quit my job several months ago. It is August now. I quit my job back in March, and I was working from home, but the position just no longer was in alignment with me, and it was a total manifestation of mine. I wanted a full-time job because I was in a huge transitional space in my life, and I needed to be able to take care of myself. And honestly, that was the way that I saw being able to do it. Get this full-time job. If I can work from home, that would be ideal. So I did that. I manifested the job. I got the job. I worked from home. It was great until it wasn't. And it was a struggle to show up. And the reason that I was showing up is because I felt obligated to show up to this job. One, because I was like, I need the money. And I could not see, I knew there were other ways to create this money, but I felt so obligated. And then there's other factors, you get reprimanded when you don't show up, if you call in, if you take off. So all of these things played off of this obligation to be able to take care of myself, not allowing me to see and truly feel and believe and trust that I would be supported if I actually followed my truth. And once I started to really sit in that and to release the obligation of, hey, you can still take care of yourself without this job. You've always been taken care of. Always. There's always been ways that you've been taken care of. And once I started to sit in that, believe in that, know that, I let the job go. And my life has drastically changed. And not only did I let that job go, I let go of some other things too, and some other people, because I was ready to live a different life. I was ready to be different. And so I had to release the obligations to these places and these people and these things in order to embody who I am now and to create content in the middle of the day. Be able to go to a workout class at 12 o'clock instead of 5 a.m., right? So releasing the obligation and letting my truth speak, trusting my truth, trusting my soul's truth and the expression of it is pivotal. The third thing that I have here, manifestation requires space. You can't call in new energy while your hands are full of old contracts, roles, and expectations. It's like trying to hold on to old clothes that don't fit. Why do you have clothes in your closet and in your drawers that do not fit? Hoping that one day they will. Let it go. And I say this and I use that example because I have been notorious for holding on to things and clothes and people, just hoping and praying one day it'll be different. Not believing that I could actually get something better. And not that there's anything wrong with those clothes or anything wrong with those people. It was more of me creating the space to receive something more in alignment with me. Why would I hold on to pants that I can't fit into, whether they're too big or they're too small? I'm holding on to that because I believe in the potential of it? No. I give those to someone else that can use that. Take them to Goodwill, drop them off, go sell them, whatever it is that I decide to do. And I create space for something else to come in, something that I can actually utilize at this time. That's the same thing that goes for manifestation. That's the same thing as releasing these obligations, releasing these expectations and these roles, releasing the attachments of potentiality, right? Letting go of the relationship. It may come back around and be better than you ever thought it could be. It may never come back around because something else is supposed to come in. But allowing yourself to release it. That was 11:11 on the clock when I looked up. Allowing yourself to release it. Not out of fear that you're never going to get it, but out of trust that you're going to get exactly what you need and better. So you have to create space. If I want to get more clothes in my closet, I've got to make space for those clothes. If not, then eventually all the clothes are going to be on the floor. They're not going to be able to be hung up. I'm gonna have clothes all over my room because I can't put them in the drawers and I can't hang them up. I have to make space, you know? So we have to make space for our manifestations, and that requires us releasing. You have to be able to release. You have to trust. You have to surrender, okay? And that is why I decided to create something. One, because after sitting in my own stuff, and realizing that I was holding on to things, people that were no longer, and it was too hard. It was too hard. It was stressful. My nervous system was wrecked trying to keep these things and these people in my life. And these things and these people, I remember one time someone kind of made fun of the fact that I said, this isn't good for my nervous system. And their response was like, something, 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 oh, your nervous system. And I was thinking to myself, this is my point. This is my point, because my nervous system is important to me. And the fact that you want to mock it lets me know that this is really not in alignment anymore. And that person probably was triggered off of something that I said. It is what it is. But that was I was being honest. I was like, this shit is not good for my nervous system. And I know that in order for me to manifest, it is freaking serious for me to make sure my nervous system is on chill and in a homeostasis space, because if it isn't, I can't function. I'm not in flow. I'm not clear. I'm not understanding what my soul, what my higher mind it has conceived. I'm not able to perceive it correctly. I'm not able to get the information that I need from the quantum field. I'm not able to truly, decode it in the highest vibrational way that I'm needing to, so I can get to where I want to go, because I'm holding on to things that need to be let go of. So sitting in that, I created the Releasing Obligations Light and Shadow Workbook. And honestly, this was so pivotal for me as I've worked through it and as I go back, because you have to keep checking yourself, right? You release things, you get stronger within self. You understand self more, the self-mastery I speak about. But you also have to come back and check and see, am I holding on to anything now? But this workbook allows you to answer very deep, soul-led, reflective questions. And you get to see, what are you holding on to that needs to be let go of? What obligations and expectations have been placed on you that you need to let go of? What's taking up space that you need to clear out? You need to clear out that stuff so you can make the space for what's coming in, for what's probably literally knocking at your front door, but you can't even hear it because you're hearing everything else. You can't see it because you're looking everywhere else. You can't feel it because you're feeling everything else, right? So this workbook really helps you tap into that and to start releasing that. And it's a workbook that you can revisit over and over and over again. It's kind of like a journal entry type of workbook. And you take your time, make it a ritual, make it something that you do at night. Sit with these questions. Don't rush through it. You have your entire journey to get all the things that you want. You'll always want something new. So take your time with this so that you can really get to the root of why you are attached to things and why certain obligations need to be released. All right, so the link to that book, that workbook, is going to be in the description box below. It's $20. It's going to be $20 for another few months. So go ahead and hop on that. Invest in yourself. You can download it. After you download it, it's yours forever. You can print it out and put it in a binder for yourself. You can fill it out online. You can do it however you want to, but once you purchase it, it's yours forever. Also, feel free to join the Soul Circle. You simply put your name in, email, and then you answer 3 questions so that I can just get to know you a little bit more, so I can see how else can I provide value to those that are connected to my content and to the wisdom that I share. How else can I strengthen myself to be more in service to you all? Because you showing up and watching this content just lets me know that you feel something off of what I'm saying, which is the reciprocity. It's the energetic exchange that's needed for this type of relationship. So I appreciate you for that. But please connect with me deeper and fill out that form and answer those questions so that I can get to know you better, all right? That particular link, all of these links will be on the link tree, but I will put everything within the description box as well at the bottom of this video. And that is what I have for you. Until next time, I send you peace. I send you so much light and love and all of the alignment on your journey. Peace.